What's good, YouTube? It's your boy 2K the God, my man Sess. Welcome to the Gods of Boxing Talk. Now we back at it again. I want to apologize for the delay in our videos. We had some internet problems, a whole lot of different shit we had to take care of. Y'all know what it is. It's called life, you know what I'm saying? But we back at it. Better late than never. This segment's going to be a what's hot. And what's hot right now, Anthony Joshua knocks Dillian Whyte the fuck out in 7. Now, we didn't make a video about this, but I was all over social media talking about that Dillian Whyte possibly could win this fight because every fighter has a guy or another opponent that will have his number. All right, some fighters were lucky enough never to see this guy. Other fighters weren't. Anthony Joshua saw this guy in the amateurs, and I felt that Dillian Whyte had his number. I felt Dillian Whyte can pull it off. Is that absolutely not what happened in this fight? I was very disappointed in Dillian Whyte's abilities. He's always off balance. He looks like he's fucking drunk. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Jonathan Banks is teaching my man over there at Crump, but this motherfucker has a lot to learn if he wants to be considered a contender for one of the elites later on in his future. As for Anthony Joshua, now, I was all over social media again about Mr. Anthony Joshua. And I'll tell you guys right now in a nice, swift, beautiful motherfucking statement why he's not ready. He has absolutely no head movement. His feet are literally made out of stone. We talking statuesque. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That means he's immobile in the ring. He can't move laterally. He can't fight on his back foot. He relies solely on his power, right? His defense is marginal. Okay, he has fast hands, but the fact that I said earlier that he's immobile, that means he's planning while he's shooting his combinations. So all of the things that I just said, what are those going to be advantages for? What types of fighters? Guys that can pop the jab from a distance. That would be Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Guys that can pop the jab from a distance and move. Hey, like these motherfuckers or not, right? And we all know I'm critical as fuck on Deontay Wilder. My man Sess was happy as hell when I told him this shit earlier. What I think of Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. But the truth is, no matter how critical I am, I gotta look at the skills. You look at Anthony Joshua's skills against Dillian Whyte, and you compare him to what Deontay Wilder is able to do and what Tyson Fury is able to do. And it's easy to see that Deontay Wilder popping the jab, moving laterally, turning Anthony Joshua. He will not have too much trouble with Anthony Joshua. Also, Joshua likes to fight on the outside. His inside game isn't that great. Case in point, why Dillian Whyte was able to rock him in the second round on the inside, right? So, he's not going to go in at Deontay Wilder and try to knock him out. And that's what I think beats Deontay Wilder. Actually, a smaller guy that gets on the inside and touches the chin. That's what I think beats Deontay Wilder. Anthony Joshua is not that guy. Also, he gives up the reach advantage against Deontay Wilder. I believe Deontay Wilder has an 83-inch reach, okay? Joshua has an 82-inch reach. You got two guys that like to fight from the outside. The guy with the fucking better reach and the better jab wins. That's Deontay Wilder. The guy that can move wins. That's Deontay Wilder. Okay, same with Tyson Fury. Like him or hate him, based on the stinker that he put up with Vladimir Klitschko and all the bullshit that he's doing in the media. Point is, you can't deny his fucking skills. He is one of the best boxers in the division. He has one of the best jabs in the division. And he likes to fight from the outside, pumping his jab. And he can fight on his back foot, and he can move laterally. Okay? And he has an 85-inch reach, which is a 3-inch reach advantage over Anthony Joshua. I think these guys beat him without too much trouble. You know what I'm saying? Also, smaller guys that can get on the inside of Anthony Joshua will give him trouble. All right, Dillian Whyte rocked him in the second round to the point where he had to hold You know what I'm saying? And he almost got dropped, but he composed himself. That's an advantage there. But the point is, he still got rocked. And Dylan White can crack. He's 16-1 with 13 knockouts, right? But what about? But that's against guys that are C&D level fighters. What about a guy that can hit just as hard or maybe harder, and he has knocked out the best in the division? Like a guy like Alexander Povetkin, who just knocked out Mike Pettis in the first round, one of the best in the division. What happens when he gets on the inside and touches that chin? You see what I'm saying? So he's not ready. They're saying, Eddie Hearn is basically saying that a Derek Chisora fight is on the horizon, maybe April 9th of next year. I think that's an excellent fight. Those are the guys that he needs to be fighting, the Derek Chisoras, Chris Ariolas, Lucas Browns of the division, maybe even garbage as David Price, Tony Thompson, Malik Scott. Those are the guys he needs to be fighting maybe in his next 3, 4, maybe 5 fights before we start mentioning his name synonymously with Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury. That's just my take on that. Next topic, I'm going to pass it to my man Sess. The WBC gives Canelo another extension, basically by saying that he is allowed to fight a mandatory, or at least or have a mandatory defense before going into negotiations with Gennady Golovkin. What do you think about this, B?
Man, I mean, I'm not surprised. You know, I'm not surprised at all. I think it's bullshit, but I'm not surprised. You know, I knew that they weren't going to strip Canelo, and I knew they weren't going to put too much pressure on him to make him vacate the title. You know, so him getting another extension or whatever this is, like I said, it was no surprise to me. I have to be honest and say that I really just want the fight to happen.
Yeah.
You know, if they fight at 155, 156.5, 160, you know, I don't give a shit. You know, because after that weigh-in and when they step in the ring, both dudes is going to rehydrate, you know, over 160 pounds anyway. So I really don't care, man. I just want these dudes to get in front of each other and for this fight to be on. I don't know why, you know, Canelo was so steadfast on wanting, you know, Triple G to come to 155 and all the other shit. I know why, but at the end of the day, the time to make the fight is now. Golovkin is getting older, and Canelo is still a very young fighter who's very talented, who has a good skill set, and I think he can actually pull this fight off.
Yeah.
But let's just make it happen.
Yeah,
you know, let's make it happen.
Bullshit.
Yeah, let's stop bullshit, man, and let's just make the fight happen. You know, I don't give a shit who Triple G fights next because he'll beat him. You know, he'll probably look good doing it. You know, it's gonna be more of the same. So I really don't care who he fights next. I don't care who Canelo fights next. You know, I just want these two guys to get in front of each other.
And unfortunately, you know, his mandatory Triple G's, while Canelo gets this little quote voluntary defense, Triple G's mandatory is fucking garbage ass C-level D, probably C-D level fighter. Just got knocked out by motherfucking what's my man's name with the sandals, man, from Brooklyn? I forgot his name. Curtis Stevens. You know what I'm saying? Got knocked out by a nigga that wears sandals and shit. Toriano Johnson. Get the fuck out of here, man. Don't want to see that fight. Only reason why I watch is because we cover boxing. If I didn't cover boxing, that would be a fight that I skip. Straight up. All right, next topic and the last for this segment. Omar Figueroa at 147 pounds. Now, whoever saw this fight against Antonio DeMarco, man, my man weighed in at a 151. You know what I'm saying? Which is 10 or 9.5 pounds heavier than his last fight, right? And 16 pounds heavier than the fight before the last fight. You see what I'm saying? My man, Omar Figueroa's skill set, he would get dominated by any of the top 147 pounders.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
He would get dominated by any of the top 140 pounders, in my opinion. Adrian Broner, Lamont Peterson. I won't even name the motherfucking boogeyman at 140. You know who it is. I won't even name him. He beats the dust off Omar Figueroa like he did Lucas Matisse just recently. I mean, the only guy that I see him having a chance against out of the elite in those two divisions would be Danny Garcia, and I still don't think he would win that fight. I mean, yeah, I don't think he wins that fight. You know what I'm saying? Danny Garcia would beat him. Omar Figueroa, man, he has absolutely no defense. And Tony DeMarco was landing beautiful fucking combinations straight to the dome on this kid, man. Another thing about Figueroa, he switches way too much. When he switches without a game plan. Now, usually switching from southpaw to orthodox, that's a good thing, right? That throws your opponent off, right? But in Figueroa's case, when he gets on the inside, he's switching, and my man Ace, shout out to my man Ace, he said while we're watching this shit, he said, yo, it's like Figueroa's hands are leading his feet. So when he's throwing punches, that's when he decides what stance he needs to be in, not the other way around. And that's exactly what the fuck it looked like. I'm screaming at the TV like, why the fuck is he switching like this? This shit is stupid. You know what I'm saying? And in the process of switching, he would get hit with beautiful uppercuts right up the pipe from fucking Antonio DeMarco. I don't see him beating any of these guys in any of these divisions. I hope for his sake that he goes back down to 135. I don't think he can, because weighing in at 151.
Oh yeah.
Tells me he's too big for that division, man.
Way too big.
Way too big. All right, that's gonna be it for this segment. Do what you do in the comment section, but be real. This is real talk for real fans.